Hello everybody, and today we're looking at the Power Rangers Re-ignition Morpher. So, this Morpher, I'm gonna be honest, I had it for a few days, I've messed around with it, you know. I'm just gonna say straight off the bat, I do not like this Morpher. At all. But, let's have a look at it. So, one of the things you may immediately notice, let me grab my other Morpher right here, is it's very big. It's about the same thickness as the Lightning Collection Morpher. And also, you'll notice, these stripes are grey for some reason. I don't know why it's not, the same colour that you would have thought, with every other release having this, these stripes be black. I don't know why they've gone with a grey. Anyway, as I was saying though, it is literally like the same thickness as like the Legacy Morpher. Wait, Lightning Morpher, not Legacy. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so it is like around the same thickness, if not a bit thicker. But yeah, and one thing that has a lot of thickness is this at the back. But even without it, like just looking, it is like very similar. Yeah, and something I very much don't like is why are these tabs on here? Like, I get it's so that kids can easily pull it out, but the funny thing is, right, at least with my version of the Morpher, I'm not sure if it's different with any of the other versions. Wow, this does not want to open. There we go. Is you can literally, you can literally just push on the side, or like literally anywhere, and it will just pop out. Yeah. But also, even if they did want to go with like some sort of mechanism, why didn't they just do what the OG Morpher did and just have it have like little tabs that, click in? I don't know why they didn't do that. Because like, it would have been such an easy change to make. Anyway, I know I've kind of ranted. Let's go over the features of this Morpher. So if you turn it on, nothing happens immediately. But if you press this button,
Dinosaur power!
You get a random voice line, and yeah, you hear a noise. You probably already immediately noticed that is not Billy. I don't know who the frick they got the voice in this, but that is just not Billy, like, at all. And also, when you do like the Morpher,
it's Morpher time!
you may have noticed the voice sounded different. Let me show you why.
Trini here, let's do it! Saber-tooth tiger!
Alright, let's listen to the morphing sound, shall we?
It's Morpher time!
Yeah, you heard that right. They use Jason's voice, or someone who's supposed to be Jason, for all of the "it's morphin' time" things. Like, as much as I don't like the Legacy Morpher, at least they had it be like the actual person, saying that it's morphin' time line. I can't really show you right now because this thing's dead, and yeah, it's been dead for a while, and I can't bother to replace the batteries, so yeah. But yeah, at least with this version of the Morpher, they actually, got every line to be different and not just reuse the same line for every Ranger. One thing I will say, I do know that this line is aimed towards kids, so it's kind of unfair to compare it to like the Lightning Morpher and the Legacy Morpher. But let's compare it to my 90s Morpher. Now mine isn't a stock 90s Morpher. I have put these custom stickers on by BD15 and give it a bit of a paint job. But if you know what the original looks like, which I'll put a picture here, you know that, it's not a bad Morpher overall. And yet it doesn't have all with the voice lines or anything that like the, you know, this one has.
I'm here and ready. Triceratops.
Shut up. Sorry, I get so annoyed at Bro's voice. Anyway, you know, like, this one just looks way more accurate. And speaking from my personal experience as a kid, right? When I noticed one of my toys wasn't accurate, it would annoy me. Like, at least, like, put some effort in to match the colors and maybe make this a bit shinier. You know, like, even when this was unpainted, it still had, like, a nice color to it. So I don't know what's going on with Re-ignition. And with Re-ignition as well, I've noticed that, you know, they re-released the Automorphins and that, right? Why didn't they just re-release the 90s Morpher? I'm not sure if there's some legal thing on why they couldn't, but it looks like they could do the Automorphins and stuff, so I don't understand why they won't be able to just re-release the 90s Morpher. Especially considering, you know, when this Morpher released, it was literally, like, less than this. Like, I paid, like, £20 for this. I'm not sure what that is in freedom units. I think it's around, like, $20? No, it's not an exact thing, but... Anyway, that doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying. That these two were, like... Well, this was cheaper when it released than this. Which, you know, you can't understand this one has more stuff in it. But, like, they could have re-released the 90s Morpher and maybe added a few new sounds into it. Maybe added, like, more accurate stickers like I've done with my custom version here. So I don't get why they didn't just do that, but yeah, this is the Re-ignition Morpher, and I just dislike it a lot. Like, I don't think, like, even as a kid, this would have annoyed me a lot. You know, like I said, I get that this is supposed to be for kids, and it's supposed to be done cheaply, but so was the 90s Morpher, and in my personal opinion, like, these coins are all stock. Hold on, give me a second. Let me take this out. These are all stock coins, right? Like, even the coins just look so much better on the 90s Morpher over the Re-ignition Morpher. Yeah. Like, there's just no comparison at all. You know, and you know, it's such a shame because they had a lot of potential here. They had an awful lot of potential. Also, putting these coins in is awkward because you gotta line it up exactly. But yeah, as I was saying, there was a lot of potential here. Like, they could have just like redone the 90s design, maybe add a few extra features, but no, I really don't understand why they did this. Because, like, also as well, I've noticed, right, you can barely grip this. Like, that is tight. And even for a kid, I think that's going to be a tight fit. You know? And another thing I don't like. Why is the button to open it at the top? Like, if I was a kid and I was trying to recreate what they were doing, I'd be like, yeah, it's morphing time. It's like, oh, right, I gotta push this awkward button and... Yeah. Like, I really think they could have done so much better with this. Like I said, they could have just re-released the 90s Morpher with, like, new stickers. Or even just re-release it as it was, as it wasn't even that bad as it was. Yeah, and I just feel like this Morpher is a waste. I think the only thing it's good for, and what I've seen a lot of people do, is customs, because it's really cheap to get, and you can easily customize it and make it look 10 bajillion times better. Like, I've seen people who literally will just put new stickers on, and it looks better. Because, like, what's with the grey? Sorry, I can't get over the grey, and, like, I've seen people who, like, put stickers on, and, like, you know, put the black bolts here, you know, get, like, slightly better stickers for this, and it already looks, like, 10 times better. But, yeah, I just feel like, though, this Morpher is only good if you want to customize it. I wouldn't buy it if you just wanted to add it to your collection as is. I just wouldn't recommend it. Like, at all, unfortunately. Like, I think it's too clunky, way too thick, it's horrible to hold, doesn't even have any accurate mechanism. And if I was going to recommend a Morpher to you, maybe see if you can track down a cheap Lightning Collection Morpher. Or maybe a cheap 90s Morpher, as I have seen some of these going for quite cheap, honestly, surprisingly. Yeah. So, yeah. Obviously the hardest one to get would be this, but I do recommend this Morpher if you're like a diehard collector. Yeah. But that sums up my thoughts on this Morpher in a slight review. I'm not going to go through all the sounds because they just annoy me, to be honest, and there's plenty of YouTube videos out there anyway that go really in depth with this, whereas I'm not really all about that. I'm more like giving my general thoughts and recommendations. But yeah, so would I recommend this? Hell no. Would I recommend this if you're going to just like go and customize it? Yeah, you know, you can do a lot of cool stuff. I've seen people do some really cool stuff with this, and I do plan to do some customs with this. You know, I'm making it better. So if you want to see that, stick around for my little rants and customs, because at some point I will be reviewing the other morphers you see back here at some point. But I thought, you know, I may as well start my channel by reviewing the newest morpher to come to date, the Re-ignition Morpher, which in my opinion is trash, even as a kid's toy. Like, even putting that into consideration, I would not enjoy this as a kid, like, at all. So, yeah. I just think this toy's a waste, and literally was just put out there to put a Morpher out there and get some money from people buying it. Which I guess I did, so I gave them money. But yeah, I'll see you next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.